boxing. Yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weaving and blocking. Defeat ain't an option. Let them know. Shoot a video, put it on BVO. Let them know. Every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO, bound to hit like bricks cause it was set in stone. Let them know. I ain't getting body, but I'ma hit this flow. Yeah, way more than a show. This is BVO.
It's time for another raffle brought to you by the JBT. Our first item is a new 10th generation iPad with a liquid retina display which shows off beautiful color and has plenty of power for all your handheld computing needs. Great for work, play, or just movies on the go. How much is it to enter, you ask? Just $10. Or you can catch the deal with 3 entries for just $25. It's easy to enter. Just cash app your entries to $JBT Network 1. That's $JBT Network 1. Our second item is a set of Kenichi Bear Bluetooth noise-canceling headphones. Great for gaming, movies, or travel. As the second prize in this great raffle. Our third item is a Ninja brand air fryer. Great for all your air frying needs. Cooking healthy with the JBT. So send your entries via Cash App to JBT Network 1. That's JBT Network 1. $10 each or 3 for $25. Put raffle on the comment line and you are entered. Asiatic Black Man Productions, in association with the JBT Network, presents the Roll with the Punches podcast, broadcasting live from Cleveland, Ohio, the beloved city of His Majesty, King of Kings, Jesus Christ, also known as BVO Land. Today we are tackling a challenging and significant topic. Is there a double standard in the business of boxing when it comes to Black American fighters? Let's dive in. We're here to discuss the tough topics that others may shy away from. This is more than just a podcast. This is BVO Boxing TV. Hashtag boxing, hashtag Cleveland, hashtag PBC, hashtag top rank. Asiatic Black Man Productions, in association with the JBT, proudly presents the Roll with the Punches podcast, broadcasting live from God's favorite city, the home of combat sports, Cleveland, Ohio. And now, here's your host, the Asiatic Black Man, sent by God himself, BVO.
Yo.
What up, Crush? Look like
What's
BVO
going on?
having technical difficulties, man.
The BBO's having some problems.
But nevertheless, we back with it. Free, what up? Crush, what up? What's up with y'all brothers?
What's going on? What's popping?
Shout out to the chat. Big Dre for the drop. Shout out to homie D1, Ant McQueen, Cass Sports, and Ace in the chat. Appreciate y'all. Smash the like one time for the one time for your boys.
You good, BBO?
All right,
Yeah,
well, Free, go ahead.
You know, y'all, they should get off your face.
What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Let's dive in it. Do y'all believe that there's a double standards for Black fighters? Do they get the same opportunity as other fighters? I'm gonna go with Crush first.
Yeah, Crush.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Rolling with You Punches podcast. Of course it is. It's been like that since the beginning of the sport. We have seen it, we have heard about it. We're doing our homework and our studies have been going on for decades and centuries. And it's still like that today, and we see it now. This is the reason why we all come together. And even when we disagree, we talk about fights that we want to see happen. Um, it causes the argument to say that some black fighters is not fighting enough black fighters, and a lot of times we put the blame to something else when it's really what the topic is about. It's not really about necessarily bad promotion or anything like that, or even someone being scared or afraid. It's the business of boxing, because there's a double standard, and it's like they don't want to see these brown shades of men win. They don't, so they always got to throw a monkey wrench in the game. So they got to come with an anyway. Got to have one come out everywhere. But
Mm-hmm.
and everything else, whoever, and we know that even though it's a diverse ethnic sport, but we know at the end of the day, we reign supreme in that sport, and this is not being egotistic or anything. It's just facts, and it's still jealousy with it. They hate it, but see,
Mm-hmm.
they got to deal with it because they make money off this. But if they wasn't making money off this, trust me, they wouldn't be dealing with it at all. It wouldn't even be called a double standard. It would be called Operation Shutdown. We wouldn't be able to do anything, which brings me to a point to where I think it's time, and not just in the sport of boxing, but in all sports. These melanated men. I don't like calling nobody black, because there's no such thing as a black person, not skin color wise or DNA wise. No such thing as that. But anyway, um, a lot of them then got to a point where they made enough money to where they can collab and go do their own thing. But nobody has enough heart to Black Wall Street, something that they stand prominent in the sport, because we are the money. You take us out of all these sports, see how it works out for you. But yes, it definitely is it definitely is a black ball on black American fighters, and it's definitely a double standard. And this is probably some of the reasons why we ain't getting some of these fights that we want.
Mhm.
I pass the mic.
Welcome,
Salute to
BVO.
everybody.
Welcome.
Sorry I had technical difficulties, man. But
Yeah.
salute to my brother, man, the Puerto Rican, Mr. Debater himself, D Free. We got my man, the best morning show in the world. My bad for this morning. Best show on YouTube. My man Crush the Legend. And don't forget about my man, the philosopher Thomas Hill. And we got my guy, man, aka Manager Calvin,
Yeah.
aka Prize Fighter, man. Salute to my man.
No, ain't no manager. Don't come up here disrespecting me. Ain't no manager, Calvin.
Hey, hey,
What's
hey,
up,
as
BVO?
I'm just say, what you gonna do? Hold on one second. Hey, and I got hold on. Y'all might have seen. Hold on, did he come up here? Okay, I don't know if y'all can see my brother, man, but this brother, man, always is holding it down for the Central District, man. My brother, man. Seattle Rick, what's going on, man? How you feeling? I don't know if you can hear. He might be on the Obama phone. But anyway, I I'll say this, y'all. Um, is there a double standard? Um, I don't know. I'm gonna tell you why I don't know. Because every great or popular fighter has been a black American. Whether it's Sugar Ray Robinson, who they loved, who was a rough, violent cat. Muhammad Ali, they love Muhammad. They love Muhammad. It's sad that they hated him for a while, and then he had to get the shakes, and then they start loving him again. But Muhammad, um, Roy Jones, I mean, a lot of the great fighters were black. So I mean, I don't know. It's tough. Floyd,
who's black on the weekends. He was number one. I mean, it's a tough thing. I mean, you know what? I'm gonna ask D Free. D Free is Puerto Rican, but he's still a portion black. So I'm gonna ask the Puerto Rican. What you think, Puerto Rico?
I agree with some of what you're saying, and the reason why I said some, it was because Muhammad Ali. Yeah, they didn't like Muhammad Ali. They didn't start liking Muhammad Ali until he retired. Same thing with Floyd Mayweather. They didn't start liking those guys until they retired. They didn't like them when they was in the sport. It was after they were done with the sport they actually started giving them praise. So some of that I agree with. I think that it is a double standard because when we look at guys like Canelo Alvarez, Lomachenko, um, Ryan
And
Garcia, uh, Oscar De La Hoya, those guys don't really get criticized for the things that they do wrong. They don't get criticized the same way a Tank Davis get criticized for when he do stuff wrong, or Devin Haney, or Shakur Stevenson, or Floyd Mayweather, or Mike Tyson. Those guys don't get criticized the same way. Like soon as somebody like Tank Davis do something wrong, that stuff is broadcast across the across websites. Like you don't hear you. Let's go back to what was the guy that Canelo beat at 145?
Amir Khan.
His name is Kovalev. We remember the
Oh,
whole
you said 75. I'm sorry.
the whole stuff that happened was with Kovalev. It got swept under the rug. But when Floyd Mayweather got in trouble, which was less than what Kovalev did, but he still got in trouble for it. It was broadcast all over ESPN, all over the news. So it is a double standard, um, and it's because, like you said, the best guys are usually African Americans. Those are usually the best athletes. So they gotta try to beat them up, even though they're the athletes. They gotta try to beat them up and diminish them so they don't get so much praise because they don't want to give those guys that much power or notoriety. They want to show, oh yeah, these guys they might be good, but they still bad men at the same time. So yeah, they always a double standard when it comes to African American versus other ethnic groups. So I mean that's what I'm gonna go with it on there.
I'll say this, man. Shout out to Free. You know, this is a tough subject. You know, he's only half black, so I know it's a tough subject. But I'll say this, man. D Free made a good point for Puerto Rican, and it's that there is some bias, but if we being totally honest, and I get what you're saying, Cash, they love Muhammad Ali, bro. You don't
Bro,
make that
you're
kind of
missing
money.
it. You're missing it.
Oh, hold on, manager Calvin. I'm gonna let you gain. I promise.
I'm not manager, Calvin. I'm the boss. Talking about, nigga.
Hold on, you messing me up. But I'll say this, man. I'll say this. The thing that I'm saying that's very, very important, and I would say to anybody, is that when you think about these sports, you cannot say it's that bad if the top guy is always black. And that every fight that's ever been in boxing that made a lot of money had a black guy. Because I don't subscribe to African American. I don't. That's that whole whatever that is. We Americans, bro. We not from Africa, dog. We Americans, bro. You can say black American if you want, or brown American, whatever, but we Americans, dog.
Where your
But
ancestors came from.
hold
I
on.
do
One
this.
second. I got you,
Hold on.
Manager Calvin. I'm not interrupting you. But I'm
I
gonna ask.
never even said nothing. I was on
I'm gonna ask.
time
I'm
today.
gonna go. I'm gonna go.
Late.
You know what? I'm gonna do this.
Everybody
I'm
made
gonna
a
do
point.
this.
Everybody answered the question, but me.
I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. Let me get my guy from South Jersey in here, because if not, he gonna keep jumping on my diatribe, man. So what do you got on the prize? Let's go ahead, Prize. What do you got on it?
Nah, I want you to finish so I can
I'm done.
respond to what you're saying.
I'm
Because you
done.
just been talking crazy. You know what I mean? Of course
I
it's
wasn't.
double standard. Of course it's double standards. Let Canelo go get whooped by Bivol. He still be right on top. Let one of the black fighters lose. He got to come all the way from back from the bottom. it's just the list that goes on and on and on. I don't think that we all know what it is. And you got to be a blind person to see if it's not double standards for a black fighter, African American fighter, American man, whatever you want to call it, the Brown brothers. You know what I mean? Even even the Latinos are protected at a certain extent. Oscar Valdez fails a drug test and he gets a statue. Let Deontay Wilder or Tank or Shakur, or especially Devin, let Devin breathe wrong. Any of them do that, it's a wrap, bro. Let Ryan would have been Devin. It would have been over. So, you know, Canelo can do this. He can do what he wants. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So you definitely know it's a double standard for us, our people. That's why I root for our fighters that come from here. You know what I'm saying? That come from the cities like Baltimore and Philadelphia. You know what I'm saying? So I'm rocking with them brothers. And that it is what it is.
As usual, you know, salute to my brother, Manager Calvin, man. But I gotta ask y'all something.
Where do you get? What
Can
is
we
that?
really
Where do you
say?
come? No, hold on. No. What is
When
that?
we just seen,
Don't
when we
disrespect
just
me. Don't
seen,
come up here and call me no Manager Calvin.
we're not
What is that?
disrespecting you.
That's not my name. I
It's,
don't know who
you got to
Calvin
be
is.
able to. You got to be of a certain age to know about that. But let's go on to that show. I want to say this. I think it's funny though, and I ask you guys this: am I wrong? We cannot say it's all a double standard because Muhammad Ali is mentioned by everybody. Say what you want about Floyd. I remember I was young, but I remember watching Floyd Mayweather on Dancing with the Stars. I thought Errol Spence could have been like that, but Errol Spence chose to drive a car, and I still don't know who he was running from. But Errol Spence chose to drive his car, and unfortunately, he had a horrific accident, and he never was the same. I seen what they were doing with Errol, and ask Thomas Hill. Thomas Hill tell you they were building Errol to be something like that. I seen Errol Spence with the suit on, about to fight Manny Pacquiao, then he had an attached retina. So really, I don't know if you can say it's a complete double standard. There is some, but we do got to admit there has been progress. Am I wrong to think that, Thomas? So go ahead.
No, there is no fault in saying there's been progress. Sure, it's progress made because now there are certain avenues that are available to us that weren't. But make no mistake about it, we're only good for sport and entertainment. We're here to entertain them. We can't sit at the table with them because they don't respect us on that level. But we can definitely entertain them. And like you said, when you look throughout the annals of time, the most entertaining, the most athletic, the most thrilling people have, on average, been people of color. So therefore, you know, we have done very well in certain arenas and certain industries and things of that nature, man. But the standard is definitely a double standard. Hell, D1, the good brother, my brother D1, who happens to be white, he even attests to this, man. He knows that there's a standard at play, that certain different code of ethics are involved for them as it is to other people who may not be of the corporate complexion. That being the case, man, when you have, like you said, when you have the opportunity and you have the access and you have the platform, you got to use it to the best to uplift yourself as a person in society, but also your people whom you come among. And I think that's where we could do a better job, and not so much be like crabs in the buckets, no matter what the venue, no matter what the arena, no matter what the industry it is, and help lift one another up. I mean, that's the biggest thing we can do. And in this case with boxing, we don't need to tear people down. We don't need to tear one another down just to build ourselves up. And likewise, when we have the opportunity to give them a shot, give them a shot. Because back in the days, that's what they did. They were so more genuine with respecting each other as a person and in their craft, and giving them that opportunity to shine, win, lose, or draw. So I think that's where we can control things, because when it's all said and done, unless we own the arenas, unless we own the banks, unless we own the cameras, we're gonna have to deal with folks that probably don't care too much for us, that only use us because we make them money. But in the process of making the money too, you know, you gotta make sure that you provide a way for others to have that opportunity by giving them that shot and giving them that respect that no other person would give them because they didn't give it to you. And that's the one thing about Al Heyman that allows for that to be a reality for a lot of people of color and people of different backgrounds, because he provides the platform, he provides the opportunity, and he provides the access for them to achieve the quote unquote American dream.
And you know what? Thomas Hill, again, always do what he always, and that's why we got him on. He's a philosopher. He took us to the bottom of the ocean on that one. So salute to my man Thomas Hill on that. Hey, and I see we finally got him up here. My God, man, Seattle Rick, man, you know, the only black man in Seattle, man. What's going on, man? How you feeling?
Ricky.
Bro, you crazy as hell, man. There's a lot of us out here that just ain't me. That's it. That's what it is. There's a lot of us out here that just ain't me.
But speaking of that, because I got some stuff I want to go over, man, because Rick is doing some amazing things, man. Good brother, man. He's not from the Central District, but he's still a good brother, man. He's a good brother, and he does some big things. But I'll tell you this, man. The thing I'm concerned about, and I ask you this, Crush, when you say that, you know, the double standard, I get what you mean, but it's just, if you think about it, I think a lot of times we really are betting on the wrong horse. You say, why you say that? I look at Anthony Joshua as a true role model, and I've seen him over time become frustrated, disgusted, and really outright mean, because he was who you would want your son to be like. Big, strong guy, you know, black dude, knocking fools out cold, sleep. Yeah, you know, see, I don't only thing about AJ is I don't understand his personal life. I don't understand how a man that rich, you've never seen him in all the years he's fought with a woman. I don't know about that part. But as far as in the ring, I feel like Anthony Joshua is a great example. And I'm gonna ask you this question: why was Anthony Joshua never embraced?
Why should he be embraced? Man, you just got finished doing a whole bunch of capping. You did it real smooth. I give you an A
Oh,
effort for talking some smooth stuff, right? But outside of that, it's a
okay.
whole bunch of nonsense, man. Anthony Joshua is not a good example, man. Not at all. He ain't no role model. He ain't nobody I would want my son or anybody else's son to be like. There's plenty of other people in the sport of boxing in the world that you would want your son to be like. You should want your son to be like a dude that you don't know what his personal life is. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know where you getting that from, bro. But I don't know where you get that
You know
one
what's
from,
funny,
bro.
Crush? You know what? I gotta say this, Crush. I gotta say this. I usually don't interrupt, but I gotta say this, Crush. When I think you can't take me any lower, you lay in the street. Forget the curb. You lay in the street. I don't know how you do it, Crush. Every time I say Crush can't get no lower, that brother just lay right there in the street, man. So I respect that, but I want to get my man. I want to get my man Prize fight on here. Prize, let me ask you this: when you see Anthony Joshua, who again, his personal life is crazy. I've never seen a guy that rich without ever seeing him with one woman. I ain't even seen him with a woman handing him a glass of water. So other than that, why was AJ not embraced, Prize?
I think he was embraced. I think people love AJ. AJ got a lot of fans, bro. But I feel like
I'm talking about as an American, an American
he
audience
ain't
did not
from over
embrace the
here.
man. It don't matter where he's from. When you that guy, that's what it is. And to go back to what Dre was saying, Dre.
Cause he be capping and he duck Wilder. There's a lot of stuff that he did. You know, he'd say one thing and do another. Then he had these little weird meltdowns in the ring. People were just like, And like you said, we don't know about his personal life. So he just a weird boy to me with the big shoes, and he just like I don't know.
I mean, now again, you know, I see where Prize went. He went around the corner on this one. But I'm gonna ask you this, Seattle Rick. Why do you think a guy like AJ's not embraced, but they'll embrace EJ? What do you think that is, Rick?
AJ, I don't know, man. He, like my guy said, he got a lot of fans, but he just ain't a real, you know. I don't want to say it. I just don't want to say it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know brothers that walk around with the earbuds in the you know every press conference. You know, he got a new. You know, I don't know. Maybe because he ain't trying to give us tracksuits. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. He get all the tracksuits. I don't know, but he just to me, he just ain't. You know, yeah, he's trying to be Americanized, but he's just not. It's not it. It's what he's got working for him is working for him over there.
Yeah.
You know what's rough, man, and I'm gonna be honest, and I'm guilty of it too. We shouldn't let the fact that the man probably lives an alternative lifestyle, you know, forego what he's done in the sport. The man's a 2-time world champion. He beat Vladimir Klitschko. He got ducked by Tyson Fury. Went in there and fought Usyk. 2 tough fights. Salute to my man GP. And moving on from him, I'm gonna just ask you guys, who should have been the king of boxing? Because I'll put it like this: when Floyd left, I honestly feel like Floyd burned the bridge to be where he was at. Because Anthony Joshua definitely could have did that. He definitely could have did that. I definitely believe he could have did that. Because Adrian Broner was a 3-division champion at the time, young guy. And I feel like this. I don't know if you guys feel this. I feel like older black people seem to always want to burn down the bridge that they use to get to where they are. Like when you lose something like affirmative action, I looked at Clarence Thomas personally and said, why would you let something like that go down when you use that same bridge to get to where you are? So I'm just asking you guys, you think it's as a culture don't do a good enough job of sharing and caring? What do you guys think? Because everybody's up here is black, you know, but Free is Puerto Rican, to be fair. So that's why we got Free up here.
I ain't black, bro. I ain't black, bro. I ain't black.
Okay, I don't know what Crutch is, but
I ain't black, bro.
I'm gonna say it like this. I'm gonna say it like this.
Go ahead.
Me personally, me having four sons. I don't look at other celebrities and say I want my son to be like those celebrities. I teach my son to be their own man. Make people realize you. Make people realize you for you, not because you want to be like somebody else. So when you say why people don't want to be like this person or that person, they shouldn't want to be like that person. They should want to be themselves and make people like them for them. So I don't look at these other fighters or these other celebrities and say, oh, I want my son to be like that. I want my son to be like that. Because truth be told, if I want my son to be like anybody, I want him to be me. I don't want him to be like no other man. Well, I'm gonna have my son sitting here looking up to another man that they don't know. So I don't look at him that way. Now when you say why AJ don't get the notoriety that some of these other fighters get, he gets the notoriety. He just don't get that value over here because he's from over there. He gets that value over there. He don't get that here because he's from here. A lot of these fighters don't look at fighters from another country and say, "Oh, I like that fighter because he's from that country or whatever." They gravitate to the fighters where they're from. That's why you see a lot of Mexicans support other Mexican fighters. You see a lot of Asian fans support other Asian fighters. They support their own. So it's not so much that AJ don't get the value of what he's doing. He does. He just get it from the UK because that's where he's from.
Mm-hmm. That's why I said he ain't from here.
Speaking on that, and I ask you this, Seattle Rick. That's The reason I don't agree with that because I've seen Pacquiao be a sensation over here. That brother's not from here. Manny Pacquiao's not from here. I've seen Manny Pacquiao from the Philippines be an absolute sensation. Am I wrong, Rick?
That's because they hated Floyd.
I think, well, with Pacquiao's situation, I think he was just more Americanized at an early age than AJ. I mean, Pacquiao was in our face when he was really very young, and so just throughout the years, him growing, into the game, and we seeing the game the way we see it, he was always there. So he was kind of Pacquiao's a weird situation. He, kind of grandfathered into the whole, Americanization of boxers, coming from other places. I think he's just a different type of situation.
Yeah, they pushed him too. He got a boost. They hated him.
That's another thing you got to look at.
Hype train behind him.
Majority of AJ fights are overseas. When you said Manny Pacquiao fought in America more times than not. He fought in America. So when you look at these fighters who fight across the pond, yeah, they don't get the love like they do with the fighters over here because they fighting over there. Most of the time, the people over here is not watching them because they're fighting over there. A lot of times, it's not being broadcast over here, so they don't get the respect over here that they do over there because that's where they get shown. For a long time, nobody knew who Monster Anyway was. For a long time, it wasn't until recently people started talking about Monster Anyway. It was recently they started talking. Monster Anyway been out for a while now. I remember the first fight Monster Anyway had with No Nito Don there. Most people don't know about that fight. They know about the last fight that he had. They don't know that No Nito broke his face and No Nito almost beat him in that fight.
Remember, Nito almost stopped him in that round?
It's because they're not being shown in America like that, because they're not fighting in America like that. So when they're fighting over here and we get to see them on a regular basis, that's why they get the notoriety in America. AJ was being brought up in the UK, so a lot of people in the UK knew who AJ was about before we got a chance to know what AJ was about.
AJ messed up by not fighting Wilder when he could have.
Yeah,
because that could have helped him in his, in the American ties a long time ago. Then he wouldn't be having this situation. He should have just gone ahead and did that the first time, and they could have came and revisited a whole nother fight, at this time now, and he'd be even bigger than what he is now. So he kind of messed that up himself. He could have did that by fighting Wilder the first time.
Even if he would have lost, they still would have loved him.
Exactly.
I disagree with that, D1. We had Deontay Wilder.
No, I'm just
D1 said we had
my man Just Do.
What's going on, Justin?
Salute.
But I disagree with what D1 said because there was a lot of people that like AJ until we believe that AJ ducked Deontay Wilder. Once we believe that AJ ducked Deontay Wilder, that's when people stopped messing with AJ.
That's when I did.
AJ. There was a lot of people that liked AJ. A lot of people on YouTube, they were rocking with AJ until they believed that he ducked Deontay Wilder.
I never did.
I put like this. Now I'm gonna ask my brother Seattle a couple of questions. And anybody that knows me knows that I'm a Deontay Wilder fan. At the end of the day, AJ didn't duck Deontay Wilder. That's not true. At the end of the day, he had a promoter who refused. Hold on, let me finish. I think he had a promoter who refused to make the fight. There has been fights over the years that never came up, that didn't happen, that should have happened, and it's because of negligence from the promoter. I can't always put it on the fighter. We all know Eddie Hearn never had a plan to ever have him fight AJ. It's just that simple. When Lou DiBella tried to steal Deontay Wilder from Mal Heyman, I don't know if you guys remember that. With the whole deal, fight Dillian White. We all knew he would have beat Dillian White. And then you get AJ. It was his promoter. And if you think about it, I'm gonna be totally honest, and this is not me casting aspersions against AJ as a fighter, because I think he's terrific. I think he's on his way to the Hall of Fame. I think, truthfully, he was very well crafted. AJ to me is a modern day Floyd Patterson. He was very, very well matched. If you think about his early fight, fight Charles Martin. They gave Charles Martin $5 million for that belt. They bought that belt. So say what you want on that. But moving on, why I got my man in the house. We definitely let me put him in the mix. Rick, what's going on, man? How you feeling, man?
Boy, man, I didn't realize my nose was that big, bro. You gotta warn me when you do that. You know, when you bring that camera up like that, you gotta warn me, bro.
So
D free, that wasn't for that. That was a free one for you right there, bro. You know. I'm good, bro. I appreciate the opportunity, man. I appreciate this. Thank you.
But let me ask you this, man. Now, you being from Seattle, what part of Seattle are you from?
I'm West Seattle, born and raised West Seattle.
Okay. So you from the West Seattle. When you growing up in West Seattle, what made the Central District so special? Because that's the one area you always said, not the North End, not the South End, but the CD as they call it. Why is the CD so special in Seattle?
Well, the CD for me meant can't do. my mom and dad did not want me over there. yeah, because it was always popping the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? But all my family's from over there, bro, and you know, it's just that's where we congregate. You know, that's where we go. You know what I'm saying? We know. Well, I mean, you know how it is. I mean, the families are so big there. I mean, you know somebody from another block, or you know this, I mean, you just know the people over there, and it's just that's just where we go, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's just where our culture is. You know what I'm saying? It's just now it's just kind of spread out back out south now. It's not the same anymore for sure.
So what was it like as a kid growing up in Seattle in the 90s, man? What was that like?
Wow. Wow, there was actually, I'm gonna tell you this, man. It was a lot more peaceful than it is right now. It was a good time, bro. It was a good energy about the city, and all this homelessness and stuff like that wasn't happening. It was more of a togetherness with just the people as a whole. Although we still had our adverse times in the city and across the nation. It was more togetherness back then, back in the 90s. We had the Sonics and everything back then, so it was more of a togetherness in the 90s, bro. Growing up, it was just a really good time, man. Good energy for the city.
So that being said, man, we all know you, man, as a genius, man. How did you get into video game design like you did, man? How you able to do?
Well, it's I'm not actually doing the designing, but I do a lot of game consulting with the actual designer. It's just three of us that are actually building that game that you guys see. We had the designers actually in Arizona. We have the graphics guy here in Seattle, and myself who does the promotions and game consulting. It just came about, man, 2003. Actually, hell, I just saying it. This is the first letter that I physically wrote to the hydroplane organization to actually talk about a video game in 2003. And then nothing came about, of my idea. I believe that my idea was just a little bit too much for them to handle. Wow. That it was coming from me, because we're not very prominent in the sport, and there are things that are changing now that are making us a little bit more prominent and a little bit more in the face of people in the sport of boat racing. But that being said, that idea coming from me was just not normal. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't normal that an African American kid had this amazing idea that could launch this sport, but how do we do it without incorporating him? That's kind of what's taking place. But all in all, fast forward, I was able to be into a simulator core, a group, and then I took the experience from that. These guys saw my passion, saw that I could be an asset to what they were doing. They brought me to their game, and now I'm the lead promoter for the video game, and they actually have now put my name actually on the game. So this is a lifelong dream of mine, from a kid to have a video game, but from 2003 till now, it's been a journey of mine to get this done. And so now that, it's not my game, but I feel like it's my baby along with them. And we're going to raise this thing to a whole different plateau, bro. We are looking at sponsorship, looking at trying to get Team Benavidez involved with it, and intertwine them with everything that we got going on. So Yeah, man, it's definitely a small game, but a big thing for sure. I thank you for asking about
Yeah.
that.
And you know, my man Prize fight is a gamer. So Prize, any questions you want to ask him about? Because Prize is really into gaming. You know, what I mean, every time I talk to him, he got the
Oh,
Call of
salute,
Duty.
Yeah,
Prize. Salute,
yeah,
Prize.
yeah.
What's up?
Peace. Yeah, doing that, like, how long, like, do you? Because one of my kids wanted to get involved with that. So where do they? This is the question I really want to ask you. Where do they start at? Like to get
Like,
them? Do
like
they?
game design.
Yeah, game design. Like where do they start at? Should they start
You
studying on the internet, or where do they read the knowledge
you
from?
you can
Education.
get a lot of you can get a lot of knowledge on the internet, but it's more hands on. You want to get that type of knowledge hands on. So if you could find any like local school around town, um, you know, I mean, the courses aren't they're not cheap, you know, but you can definitely find grants and stuff like that to help your kids out, man, and it's definitely a lucrative business because I mean, you notice everything is going to AI, and AI comes from video games and stuff like that. So um, it's definitely definitely find a hands-on class, and they're all over the place. Little community colleges, hell, they have classes by themselves. Where are you at? Where are you at?
South Jersey.
Oh yeah, you guys got game companies out there for
But what
sure.
happens when they're a little too young to go, but they really want to do it? So you don't want to say, hey, you know.
Oh well, in that case, that's where the internet comes into play. You know, you want to start looking at viable, and just reach out to me, bro, because that way I can send you some links. I'll look up some stuff myself, and then I'll be able to send that to you because I don't want you sending your child to just anything.
Right.
So I want to make sure that we actually research these things and these programs because I actually went to school myself, not for designing, but for massage therapy and stuff like that. And the school actually just shut down on me. So you don't want to go through those type of experiences, especially paying this type of money for classes and stuff like that.
Appreciate that.
Absolutely,
That's
my man.
game. That's game.
Speaking of that, man. Now, Rick, we know you love boxing, man. Now this kid out there, man. It's this kid out there. He had 140, man. 2-time undisputed world champion, man. Tell us what you think about Teofimo Lopez. And recently seeing Tank Davis show that he's intimidated by him. What do you think about that?
Wait. So wait. Say it again. Say it one more time, man. Wait, say it one
I like how you did that, Ricky. I like how you
again
did that.
Say it again for
Hold on 1 second. Let me get this. This is what I'm saying. So speaking of that, there's a kid at 140.
Okay.
We just seen him at the big Canelo fight. He seen him working out with Eddie Reynoso. We seen him check a guy named Terrence Crawford, who was a 2-time undisputed champion. What do you think about that? When you see a young guy checking a legend like that? Because I know you, Rick. You know your boxing, bro. You know your boxing.
I do. And if you talking about Toucan Tio, bro, I don't know, bro. You can't be talking about Toucan Tio. You can't be.
Oh, you go. You
can't be
man.
talking about Toucan Tio, bro. No. I hope you guys. Hey, I'm gonna revert you guys back to a video that I did about a competition that Teofimo Lopez and Leonard Ellerby need to have on pay-per-view. They need to have a sniffing competition because I'm sure both of them gentlemen can smell what is on somebody's dinner plate from where they're sitting at right now. So if you want to know what I think about Tio, here we go.
Yeah, let's go,
bro. Because he need to be in sniffing competitions. He don't need to be boxing no more. He need to be, like they had a slap competition. They need to just sit him and Leonard Ellerby wherever they are, blindfold them, and just let them tap in and sniff people. They can sniff your plate through energy. That's just how big. I'm trying to tell you. Don't get me started. Let's just talk boxing, bro. Because
speaking of that, in all seriousness,
all right, I'll get serious with you, man.
No joking. When you see a guy like Terrence Crawford look visibly, flustered when he stands face to face with Tio, does that kind of give you hope that we'll get that fight?
But what will give me hope is if we don't ever say that Terrence Crawford was flustered by that. That will give me some hope here because Tio has no business even getting in Terrence Crawford's face at all. And I don't think Crawford was scared. I don't know. I don't think he was really too scared of T.O.
I don't know. That's what they say on the internet. On the internet, they say he looked
well,
terrified.
you know, I mean, you know, the internet told me one day that I was rich, and they lied. So I don't know.
You hanging out with D3, man. That's all like something D3 is say. You cold blooded.
Yeah, I just don't. You know, T.O. You know, I wish him well. He need to be worried about trying to get in the ring with Tank. You know, that's what he need to do. That's what his next move should be.
So we play this game called Rapid Fire, and I'm gonna name because you're a gamer. I'm gonna name a couple games. You tell me what game will you take? Grand Theft Auto 5 or Vice City?
Neither one of them.
You gotta pick one, bro. You
I'm gonna tell you. There's a personal reason why I would never ever play their games ever again. I used to work for a shoe company in Vegas, and I met them people who designed that game, and they are straight up a-holes. The whole crew. They're very disrespectful. They're very disrespectful to us, especially.
Okay.
I had a coworker. She was a female. She helped them out with like 45 pair of shoes, bro. They came and bought off our wall 45 pair of shoes, and they had a limousine sitting out in the back, and for us to put their stuff in, but they didn't ask us. They told us to do it. And then on top of that, had a dropped a $50 bill on the ground, and my homegirl was like, "Hey, you dropped your money," and dude was like, "That's your tip." I will never ever play one of them games again. And that's just being real.
Okay. So you just ruined that. You ruined my next.
My bad. Rick is real, bro. I'm just real with it, bro. I'm not. You know, hey, it is what it is.
I forgot what I was talking to.
My bad.
That being said, man, we'll switch to basketball rapid fire. Who you got, Sean Kemp or Blake Griffin?
Come on, man. BVO, man.
That's crazy.
What you doing, bro? Come on, man.
I got action,
bro. Do you not see what's behind me, bro? Do you not see? It's right there, bro. The answer, I ain't even gotta say it. It's right there. BVO. You want to know my answer? Come on, BVO. I ain't even gonna say it. There's my answer, bro.
Hold on. Is that a Durant jersey?
Behind me? Yeah, that's on my. Yeah, I got the Durant on the seat.
That don't count.
But I got the Kemp on the wall. Wait, BVO, you want to know my answer? Wait 1 second, bro. Let me just tell you. Let me just even further the answer for you. You know, it's right there. You know.
Oh wow.
Yeah, well, that's the game we play. That's the game we play. And you know what? I wanted to come all the way Hollywood with you today, but my girl wouldn't let me wear my glasses, bro. And because she probably would have made me the next body in BFTV's graveyard if I wore my glasses on your show. So what I did was I just decided to pull out the Jimi Hendrix Purple Haze hat for you, man. I wanted to come on and make sure that we were fresh and brand new on the show for you.
Oh yeah, you can burn that.
And then
you can burn that, baby boy. You can burn that.
Hey, shout out though to my boy Yo Basket 2 LLC. This is his shirt. He's got the basketball gear going on. I don't know if you guys can see his logo. He handed me the shirt. I told him that I would wear it on the interview with you. So shout out to Yo Basket 2 LLC. Y'all go check that out. That's my guy here that with the clothing line. You know, I heard you guys saying about helping people out, helping each other out. You know, that's what I do, man. That's what I do.
Well, I ask you this, Rick. This is a question, man, I always ask, man. How did you get past your worst day, man? Your worst disappointment. How were you able to get past that?
God, straight belief, bro. I'm a living testament. I'm a testimony, bro. I'm a walking testimony, and I tell you that with 1,000% confidence. I know what I've gone through in my life. I know what I've gone through in a short amount of time. To be where I'm sitting at right now, ambassador of the Seattle Supersonics. One of the lead fan people for the fan base of Seattle. Meeting David Benavidez and becoming close with them. God has brought me through to a different place, bro. I'm very humbled in my journey. 8 years ago, I lost both my parents within the same year time, same month, 4 days apart.
Wow.
In February, February 23rd I lost February 15th, or no. February 23rd, 2015, I lost my mom, which was 2 weeks after we had lost the Super Bowl on the 1 yard line. That was the actual physical last day that I was with her, was that Super Bowl. So that will forever be my favorite Super Bowl, even though we lost. And then February 19th, 2016, my dad passed. I was able to watch my dad go from 230 pounds to 106 pounds when he left this earth. So from my mom's death, I sat on the edge of a bridge and almost committed suicide, bro. You know what I'm saying? So to get through my worst day, my mom created a storm, and I followed the storm. She knew I had an infatuation with thunderstorms. So God and a thunderstorm brought me through my worst day and created this passion and created this monster that you guys see in front of you now, who's spiritually rich. I'm not financially rich. I'm spiritually rich because I'm able to give to other people without hesitation. I'm able to give them love. I'm able to give them just a what's up and how you doing, or a hug or a handshake. And that to me is worth more than anything that can go in your wallet or a piggy bank.
And speaking of that, you know, I'll be remiss if I don't get my brother Puerto Rican Free in here. Go ahead, Free. I know you got a couple questions.
Hey, you know, we all on these streets. You were saying what you said.
You got an echo, bro. You got an echo or something.
Yeah, Free, you echo.
Take these off, dog. With you saying what you said about you losing your parents, how would you tell somebody that's going through that same situation? How would you tell them what steps do they take to get their sanity? Because you know, losing your parents, especially both of them, that can cause a person to lose their mind. And how would you tell them to keep their, what steps do they go through to keep their sanity?
First of all, take a walk with yourself. Separate yourself from any other energy. You have to become one with yourself in a situation like that, because if you let anything distract you, you're not going to be able to get the full grunt of really what's happening. So I would say just be able to be in tune with yourself. Take time to yourself. Think about it. Talk to yourself about what's going on. Understand what's going on. You know, the realization of the person leaving, you have to come to grips with that in order to be able to even come into a space of calmness or you know, just being even keeled. You have to be able to talk and to yourself and just take time to yourself. I didn't have that. My family, my mom's family turned on me, and I didn't, you know, I was walking and all of a sudden I got a car and they thought that I was dealing drugs. You know what I'm saying? So it's just being in tune with yourself, knowing and understanding yourself that nobody else is going to get you through this except for you. That's it. And if you have somebody else that you can talk to, like a brother or something. I have my brother, but my brother was in Seattle, I was in Kansas, and he you know, he found my mom and we were both able to see our dad. So it was just we weren't close. And so how we saw things was different. And so therefore we kind of broke, you know, the connection wasn't there. We're getting back there now. But it's just, if you have somebody to talk to that you can trust in, or just know that the only person that you can trust in life, period, is yourself. So just be in tune with yourself before you try and venture off and do anything else. Please just be in tune with yourself and the situation, understand the situation, and understand that, you know, whoever it is in a better place, but we have to move on and keep our mental straight.
Speaking of that,
I hope to answer your question, brother. I hope to answer your question.
Speaking of that, man, you just brought up something that touched my heart, man, because and I ask you this, I believe I know the answer to this question. I definitely want to get your opinion on it. And I think Price could agree with me on this. Um, there's no pain like losing your mother, man. There's no pain like losing your mother. And when you say, you know, and I'll be honest, when I lost my grandmother, I definitely did not do a good job mentally preparing myself because I was so spoiled. I was her baby. So I didn't do a good job of that. So I'll ask you, what would you do to somebody? What would you say for somebody who's in the process of losing that parent, but doesn't know how to let that parent go? How would you say you were able to do something like that? Because that's hard to do, man.
It's very hard to do. It's very hard to do. And when the very first thing you have to do is have a full faith and belief in God. You really have to understand that that's not a cliche statement. You know what I'm saying? That's a very powerful statement because at one time I never thought that there was a spirit that could talk to me and calm me. You know what I'm saying? Until I lost my mom and I started speaking, and started talking and realizing that he was real because he took me away from what I was about to do. You know what I'm saying? So I know that it's real. Just have a full faith and belief in God and let him guide you. Let him guide you through it. Just trust in him, because we have to trust in him even when things are not going good for us, because it's all a lesson. It's all a lesson. The greatest lessons that I've learned were never learned while my parents were here. I learned about myself since they've been gone. And so that's some of the greatest lessons I've ever learned. And I wouldn't have learned those lessons and been able to open up to those lessons if I didn't have a full faith and belief in God from the jump.
And speaking of that, when you would say, what would be the legacy you believe that your mother and father left, and do you think you do a good job of honoring that? I'll tell you this: my grandmother was one of the kindest people in the world, and I'll be honest with you, Rick. I'm working every day to be more kind. Because one thing my grandma used to say all the time, and it's funny we talking about this. She used to say it's nice to be nice, and I used to
Absolutely.
say that, and I used to like, well, what is she talking about? But it's nice to be nice. So what would you say your parents' greatest legacy was?
Um, they were what would you say? I don't know. My mom was aggressive. My mom was aggressive and loving, and my father
Hmm.
was just downright aggressive and powerful. So
Hmm.
I learned to melt both of or all those in together, into one thing and create what I have, what I believe to be inside of me, and that's just their spirit. Um, they were just really kind, like you said, nice people. My dad was pretty aggressive. He was adopted as a child and stuff like that, and so life was kind of unbalanced for him until he had me and my brother, and then you know, just aggressive, just aggressiveness, man. And I'd like to take this opportunity to let my family know that my father was a very aggressive person, but he meant well. And so what you guys see in me, I want everybody to know that I've turned his aggressiveness into a beastly passion. You know what I'm saying? And I'm aggressive in my own way in honor of my father. And I love everybody. I mean, if you guys could see me at work, I have elderly ladies that come into my pot shop, and I see them on my cameras, and before they even can think about it, I got the door open for them. Or I just say, "Hey, beautiful, how you doing?" Or they say, "Man, it's hot." I say, "No, you were actually hot before you walked out the house. The sun should be jealous of you." And that's like 65, 70-year-old ladies. I just try and make them feel good about being alive and being, having the breath, because I say every day above ground is a blessing, but every breath we take is peace. So please, just every day be humble in your peace. And I believe that
And
just
I
that's just what my parents gave me, is aggressiveness, passion, and peace and love.
and on that note, man, and I don't say this much. Prize can tell you, Puerto Rican Freak can tell you, man, you're a beautiful brother, man, and I appreciate you, man. You don't get enough credit for all that you do, and that's why I wanted to take some time, man, to tell you, man. You know what, man? We appreciate what you're doing. What you're doing is not being unseen, bro. Don't
Uh,
get weary and well done. I'll tell you that.
I
You're doing your
appreciate you
thing, bro.
guys, man. I appreciate you guys, man. Everything that you guys see is a part of what my parents gave me. The hydroplane racing, I went to my first race at the age of 3. I'm 46 now. I've maybe missed maybe 2 races in my life. I've traveled from Oklahoma to get home to see the races. I traveled from Las Vegas on Greyhound to see the races. The basketball portion of it all. I was born June 1st, 1978. The Sonics won their championship June 1st, 1979. My mom's favorite player was Gus Williams, who wore number 1. So I feel like it's my destiny to be doing all this Sonic stuff that I'm doing right now because I'm real about it, you know. And then the boxing comes from my father. My dad, I wear my dad's Tyson hat every Benavidez fight because you know David is the monster and he got that from Tyson. But I wear my dad's hat that he received from Mike Tyson one year. I think he was fighting Bruce Seldon, and my dad had literally got a hat handed to him by Mike Tyson. So I got the hat, and I always wear it every fight. It's that's what you guys see in me is them, and this is what they've given me to give to the world, and this is me. This is me. I'm just a regular person. I'm not a celebrity. Celebrities get paid. Again, I'm spiritually rich. I'm a celebrity in my own right, you know, and I want to do for kids. You know, a lot of people don't know. I'm gonna disclose something to you guys right now, and if my girl sees this, I apologize. But only a few of you guys know this, but just about 2 months ago, me and my lady lost a baby. So we have been going through a lot, and so just knowing that I have my parents' spirit in me and they're keeping me strong, I know that it's powerful. I know that's powerful. I know the power of God is powerful. I know all that. You know, I was a dad for 10 weeks. You know, thinking about taking my kid to his first hydro race, taking my kid to his first basketball game, but it was taken from me. So I take all that and make it a positive. And you guys still see nobody even knew nothing about that, but I'm still doing me. You know what I'm saying? So that's the way God planned it. That's the way He wanted it to be, and that's the way He wants me to be. Because ultimately, I know He has something great for me. And when He does give me that something great, you know, the kids that I can help out, that's what's most important to me. Because I feel like, again, I feel like I've been given everything with nothing, all just because of hard work and passion. Who runs into Red Man and starts working with, you know, people who are connected with Red Man out of nowhere? This is all God. I don't take no credit for this. I'm just a vessel trying to finish my parents' story, you know, and that's it in my own way.
Yep. Man, I appreciate you, man. As you said, we didn't know that. We talk to you every day, and none of us knew. And you, I would say this to you about me being your brother. I know through 2, 3.
Free, you echoing free.
This mic, these headphones. Me knowing you, me going through these YouTube streets us together, you definitely doing a good service. You holding up their legacy through and keep doing what you do, and none of that stuff will go void. You definitely doing your job. You doing what you doing, man.
Bro, I thank you, Free. You know, there's been a lot of nights, bro. You guys have been on that damn chopping it up with Kwee. And one night y'all was talking about that goddamn ring thing, man. I was at my store. I was working, and the lady heard my phone on the speaker, and I was like, "Oh my God!" And she was like, "What is that? What are you listening to?" Oh my God, bro! Your laughter is infectious, bro. Your laughter brings peace. And I just want to let you know, brother, I thank you for saying that. You know, I haven't really had time to sit and talk with you guys and and do all that because I literally really do try to take care of my girl who's gone through 2 ankle surgeries, getting ready to go through 2 shoulder surgeries, fighting disability, you know, fighting the people for her disability. I'm working, trying to find work, you know, and doing all this stuff. So I'm really trying to hold it down and take care of my girl and her mom. After 21 years, my girl came back to me after my parents passed. And you know, so I'm really motivated by you guys to, you know, when I'm on here doing my thing, I'm motivated, even though I don't say much on my game streams, I'm motivated by you guys to even do what I'm doing. So, and I'm starting to open up more. You guys are starting to see my face more and hear me more. And that's just a product of watching you guys and growing from you guys. I don't care if you're from the LDBC, the LBC, I don't care, you know, I don't care where you're from. I learned from every single one of you because one of the first people that I ever listened to was 7-8 Sports TV sitting next to my mom's gravesite. You know, I reached out to him and I told him that Fanon has people in Wichita, Kansas And he said one day he was going to go visit my mom's grave for me. And, you know, it has not happened yet, but once he does, I know he will, because Fanon seems to be a serious person. You know, for him to even reach out and say that to me, that meant something to me. You know, I truly do appreciate every single one of you. I really do. You guys got to know that you guys provide a space for people who are going through true adversities in their life. And we have to start being cognizant of our people coming into our chats. You know, like I always say, you might have 30 people in your chat, but you know, just for that hour that you're there and those 30 people are there with you, you know they're safe because they're sitting down listening to you. You know what I'm saying? So just we have to be more cognizant of that. I don't care if you're clickbaiting. I don't care if you're doing any what you got. When you got people in there and they sitting watching you, you know those 1,000 people are safe. You know those 10 people are safe. They're sitting there watching you. So, you know, it's just about you know, I wish a lot of this crap can stop happening in these YouTube streets, because that's exactly what they want from us in YouTube, is for all of us to fight each other, you know, so they can sit back and laugh. So we gotta know and then look at the greater scope of things, is that we are stronger together. If we never ever come together in the YouTube streets, just know that you have to be strong and together within your clique and within your family. But other than that, we serve a space for people. You know what I'm saying? No matter what you do on this YouTube thing, Facebook, whatever, you serve a space. And you are creating an area for somebody to come that might be dealing with something, that don't want to hear a whole bunch of arguing when they come in to visit and laugh with you. So, you know, that's just a word to my YouTube family, man. You know, I'm one of those people. I go through a lot, man. I want to come and laugh, and when I hear people arguing and stuff, so I'm all right, man. But I'm clicking off, because that's not what I wanted. I wanted to laugh. So, you know, I love y'all, man, and I appreciate you guys, my TWT family. I appreciate everybody, man. You guys are awesome people, and God only brought you guys to me to create a diversion with adversity. And through that diversion, I've created relationships and gained a lot of love and respect for all of you guys, man. So thank you guys.
And you know what, man? On that note, we're getting ready for the Rise podcast. Salute to my man Ricky. Go follow my man Ricky. Shout out to Puerto Rican Free for making this interview possible, man. And we gone, y'all.
Thank you, D. Thank you, D. Appreciate you. Appreciate y'all.
I'm like old hardcore. I can't find a doggone button.
I love y'all, man. Y'all be good.
Peace, brother.
Love you too, man.
Peace.
Love you, man.
All right, man.
We really boxing. We wanted the baddest. Let's see. Oh, we boxing. Yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weaving and blocking. Defeat ain't an option. Let them know. Shoot a video. Put it on BVO. Let them know. Every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO. Bound to hit like bricks cause it was set in stone. Let them know. I ain't getting body, but I'ma hit this flow. Yeah, way more than a show. This is BVO.